What if I told you that the goal of cleaning is to never have to deeply clean at all? That sounds backwards. I know it does. We have been conditioned our entire lives to think that deep cleaning is just part of life. That every few weeks you block off a Saturday, pull out every product under the sink, and scrub your home from top to bottom. And then you recover for a day. And then the cycle starts again. But what if that entire cycle, the buildup, the overwhelm, the exhausted Saturday, the 2 days of clean before it all starts accumulating again, was completely optional? What if the reason it keeps happening is not because cleaning is hard, but because the approach itself is broken? Japanese homemakers almost never deep clean, not because their homes are dirty, because their homes never reach the state that requires deep cleaning in the first place. And the tool they use to prevent that state from ever developing is not a product, not a schedule, and not a cleaning service. It is a mindset, a specific, learnable, 5-minute at-a-time mindset that changes the way you see dirt, mess, and maintenance entirely. Today, I am going to give you that mindset, not the habits, the thinking behind the habits. Because when you understand how Japanese homemakers actually think about cleaning, the habits follow naturally. And when the habits follow naturally, the deep clean becomes something you genuinely never need again. The single most important concept in Japanese cleaning culture is one that has no direct equivalent in American cleaning culture. It is the idea that the best clean is the one that never had to happen. In America, we measure cleaning success by how clean something looks after we clean it. We judge the result. Japanese cleaning culture measures success differently. It measures how long something stays clean without requiring intervention. The goal is not a sparkling result. The goal is a system so effective that the sparkling result is simply the permanent default state of the home. This shifts the entire question. Instead of asking, "How do I clean this?" the Japanese cleaning mindset asks, "How do I prevent this from needing to be cleaned?" And that question leads to completely different behaviors. When you ask, "How do I clean this?" you wait. You let the problem develop. And then you address it with effort, products, and time. When you ask, "How do I prevent this from needing to be cleaned?" you act earlier, faster, and with almost no effort at all, because you are addressing the very beginning of a problem rather than its fully developed form. Grease that has been on a stovetop for 30 seconds wipes off with a damp cloth in 5 seconds. Grease that has been on a stovetop for 4 days requires a degreaser, significant scrubbing force, and 10 minutes of work. Same grease. Completely different amount of effort, determined entirely by when you chose to address it. This is the foundation of the Japanese cleaning mindset. Act at the beginning. Address things when they are small. Never let a problem develop to the point where it demands real effort. And when this thinking becomes automatic, deep cleaning becomes genuinely unnecessary. Now let me give you the practical tool that brings this mindset to life, because a mindset without a concrete method is just an idea, and ideas alone do not change homes. In Japanese home culture, there is an unspoken operating principle that I call the 5-minute rule. It works like this. Any cleaning task that can be completed in 5 minutes or less gets done immediately, not added to a list, not scheduled for later, not included in the next cleaning session. It gets done now, in the moment, while the problem is still in its smallest and most manageable form. This sounds simple. It is simple, but the implications of applying it consistently are enormous. Think about every cleaning task you currently dread. The soap scum on the shower glass, the grease buildup on the stovetop, the hard water deposits around the faucet, the grime in the bathroom grout. Every single one of these problems started as something that would have taken 30 seconds to address. The soap scum was once a single day's worth of soap residue that a 30-second squeegee pass would have completely removed. The grease buildup was once a fresh post-cooking wipe that a 2-minute cloth would have eliminated. The hard water deposit was once a small mineral ring that a wet cloth would have dissolved in seconds. Every major cleaning problem is a minor cleaning moment that was repeatedly ignored until it became something else entirely. The 5-minute rule breaks that cycle permanently, not by adding cleaning time to your day, but by redistributing it. Instead of spending 40 minutes once a month scrubbing the shower, you spend 30 seconds every day after your shower running a squeegee across the glass. the total time investment is actually lower. But because it happens at the right moment, immediately, while the problem is still nothing, it prevents the buildup that makes shower cleaning a dreaded event. Japanese homemakers apply this rule to every surface and every room in their home. And the result is that their homes are always in a state of being maintained rather than a state of being neglected and then frantically rescued. Let me show you exactly what this mindset looks like applied to the specific areas of your home that cause the most cleaning stress. The kitchen. The kitchen is where most deep cleaning energy goes in American homes. The stove atop, the counters, the sink, the inside of the microwave, all of them become major projects when addressed reactively. The Japanese mindset applied to the kitchen means one thing above all else: nothing gets left. After every cooking session, before you sit down to eat, the stovetop gets a 30-second wipe. The counter where food was prepared gets a 1-minute wipe. The splatter on the microwave interior gets a 10-second wipe with a damp cloth while the microwave is still warm and the splatter is still soft. The sink gets rinsed and dried after the dishes are done. None of these individually take more than 2 minutes. Together, they take under 5 minutes after every meal. And they mean that the kitchen never accumulates the layer of grease, residue, and grime that makes kitchen deep cleaning such an unpleasant and time-consuming experience. The bathroom. The Japanese mindset applied to the bathroom is entirely about moisture management. Almost every bathroom cleaning problem, soap scum, mildew, hard water deposits, requires moisture and time to develop. Remove the moisture quickly enough and none of them can form. After every shower, run a small squeegee across the glass and walls. 30 seconds. This removes the water film that, left to dry, deposits the mineral and soap residue that becomes soap scum over days and weeks. After using the sink, wipe the basin and faucet dry. 1 minute. These two habits, applied consistently, mean that the bathroom never develops the buildup that bathroom deep cleaning exists to remove. Living areas. Living area deep cleaning usually means moving furniture, vacuuming underneath, cleaning baseboards, washing cushion covers, wiping down shelves. All of it necessary only because daily maintenance was not happening. The Japanese mindset here is surface protection. Clear surfaces stay clean on their own. Cluttered surfaces accumulate dust and grime in the gaps between objects and underneath objects in ways that require real effort to address. The fewer things on your surfaces, the less cleaning those surfaces require. A clear shelf takes 10 seconds to dust. A shelf covered in decorative objects takes 10 minutes. Floors is almost entirely the result of outdoor dirt being tracked inside over time and allowed to accumulate into something that regular mopping cannot address. The Japanese mindset applied to floors is prevention at the entry point, shoes off at the door, every time. This single practice reduces the dirt load on floors by a significant percentage. Studies suggest up to 80% of indoor floor contamination comes from outdoor shoes. When the dirt does not come in, the floors stay cleaner with significantly less effort. A quick sweep or Swiffer pass every few days is sufficient when shoes stay at the door. Without that practice, floors require constant intervention. Here is the part most cleaning advice skips. Knowing what to do is not the same as actually doing it. And the reason most people know they should wipe the stovetop after cooking, but still do not do it is not laziness. It is that the motivation structure is wrong. When you think of cleaning as a chore, as something unpleasant that you endure in exchange for a clean result, you naturally avoid it for as long as possible. The avoidance is rational. Nobody eagerly moves toward unpleasant things, so you delay. And the delay allows the problem to grow. And when the problem has grown large enough that it cannot be ignored, you address it with resentment and exhaustion, which reinforces the belief that cleaning is unpleasant, which increases the avoidance next time. Japanese homemakers break this cycle not through discipline, but through reframing. The act of wiping the stovetop after cooking is not understood as a cleaning task. It is understood as completing the cooking process. Cooking does not end when the food is on the plate. complete. It ends when the space is restored. This is not semantics. It is a genuine cognitive shift that changes when the action feels natural versus when it feels like an imposition. Apply this reframing to your own routines. Wiping the shower is not cleaning the shower. It is the last step of showering. Drying the sink is not a bathroom chore. It is the last step of washing your hands or brushing your teeth. Clearing the kitchen counter is not cleaning up. It is the last step of preparing a meal. When these actions are understood as completions rather than separate chores, the resistance to doing them drops significantly. They become part of the natural flow of what you are already doing rather than additional tasks demanding additional motivation. This is the full Japanese cleaning mindset, not a schedule, not a product list, not a set of rules. A way of seeing your relationship with your home that makes prevention the automatic response and deep cleaning a thing of the past. I want to give you something concrete to leave with because understanding a mindset is only useful if it changes what you actually do. Start with one surface, just one. Pick the surface in your home that causes you the most cleaning stress, the one that always seems to need attention, the one you dread dealing with, the one that makes you feel behind every time you look at it. Now identify the 5-minute or less action that, done consistently every day, would prevent that surface from ever reaching the state you currently dread. For most people and most surfaces, that action exists. It is small, it is quick, and it works, as long as it is done before the problem develops rather than after. Do that one action every day for 2 weeks without exception. Not when you feel like it, every day. At the natural moment when it makes most sense. Immediately after cooking, immediately after showering, immediately after the activity that creates the mess in the first place. At the end of 2 weeks, that surface will look different, not because you cleaned it more, because you prevented it from getting dirty in the first place. And once you have experienced that result with one surface, you will want to apply the same logic to every other surface in your home. That is how the Japanese cleaning mindset spreads through a home, not all at once, one surface at a time, one moment of prevention at a time, until the entire home is operating on a system of consistent micro-maintenance that keeps it permanently clean without any single cleaning session ever needing to become a deep clean again. 5 minutes, applied at the right moment, every single day. That is the whole system, and it works.